Hey guys, welcome back. This is Mizoto, formerly known as Legends. As you may or may not have guessed, we're going to talk about the secret meaning of the whole Harry Potter story. And believe it or not, it's all about the snitch. Let's just jump right in. This is a picture of, well, lots of stuff, right? You could call it prima materia, or the round chaos. You could call it rebus, or according to some interpretations, you could even go so far as to call it the Philosopher's Stone, from what I understand. And a lot of different groups in a lot of various civilizations have different versions of it. But the root meaning of all those different symbols are very, very similar. For our purposes, we're going to be going by the interpretation of the medieval alchemists. All the symbols in this picture basically symbolize spirit and matter meeting each other, or what happens when the spiritual and the material meet each other for a common purpose. So the alchemist interpretation isn't necessarily talking about angels and ghosts and things affecting our world, like haunting a building or something like that. Some interpretations might, but that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. The alchemist interpretation is more referring to when you interact and use information, you can change yourself, which is the spiritual side, using that information. Then go on with building the world out of the material. So an example of this is like having an idea, being the spiritual side, and then making that idea come to reality, being the material side. This process would take place over and over and over again until the person doing all this creation become purified and refined and became like an elevated being, almost godlike. Which is also why this can be referred to as the prima materia, or the first matter, which was basically thought to be like the original substance that our universe was created from. It's a purified, refined matter. Now, what does this have to do with Harry Potter? Literally everything. Take a look at the round chaos. Look familiar? Right, now let's talk about the golden snitch. The golden snitch. A little flying ball that you catch to score a bunch of points that will usually win you a game of Quidditch. The meaning of the round chaos is pretty similar to that. But instead of the Seeker winning the game of Quidditch, the Seeker will win at life, essentially. The Seeker will win everything. The Seeker achieves their full potential, purified and refined, just like the first matter. Let me explain. The round chaos is that ball with wings. It's the snitch. It's the things that shine forth to you personally. The things that attract you and that you see as real. The things that you see as the best that this world has to offer. It's to see these things as part of your future and a potential reality for you. You get lost in whatever it shows you, and in so doing, you are able to overcome and forget about your human limitations and the fear and the pain and the loss that is a part of life. The Seeker forgets about all of that, and those things become unreal to them. In the Harry Potter world, you need to think about the best this world has to offer in order to produce a full Patronus, right? You need to think about the things that attract you, the things that you want, that make you happy. An example is, for Harry, these things were love and family. Just like in real life, fear, sadness, and regret, if you let those things consume you, they have the potential to make you like a withered living corpse. A barely functioning being who is not capable of achievement or self-progression. Stuck in a state of torment, or like a living hell. And in the Harry Potter world, if you're able to get past all of that and obtain this vision of your own happiness, you will be able to ward off the Dementors who make you sad and fearful and who have the potential of putting you in that state of living hell with the Dementor's kiss, right? And do you remember the first time Harry was able to make a full Patronus? It was just before he caught the Snitch in the Gryffindor versus Ravenclaw game. Now, it wasn't at actual Dementors, it was at Malfoy, who Harry thought was a Dementor, but that's beside the point. This is a subtle nod by Rowling to the symbolism of the Snitch. For only when the Seeker is in pursuit of their potential, the Snitch, will they be able to overcome those human limitations, which is what the Dementors represent. Now, let's go a bit deeper. So Dumbledore tells Harry that he kept a closer eye on Harry than Harry could have imagined. He let Harry try his strengths and overcome incredibly difficult challenges. Dumbledore had a master plan, or symbolically, a divine plan, if you will. In the Deathly Hallows, Harry goes on a quest with Ron and Hermione to destroy the Horcruxes. Nearing the end of the quest, he learns that he was the final Horcrux, and that he needed to sacrifice himself in order to achieve the greater good, right? Harry was dreading entering the forest to die. He was regretting that things had to be this way. He was saddened that he would miss out on a full and happy life with Ginny and with his other friends. He even wished that someone would stop him and prevent him from sacrificing himself. But he was pushing through his fear and sadness to do what needed to get done. As he approached the forest, he felt the chill of the Dementors, and he was not sure he would be able to pass safely through them. He had no strength left for a Patronus. He couldn't conjure one just so it can help him towards his death, which he didn't want in the first place. As he's standing next to the entrance of the forest where Voldemort was staying, he pulls out his first ever caught golden snitch and opens it. Contained inside the snitch was the Resurrection Stone, which projected the spirits, for lack of a better term, of the loved ones that he had lost, like his mom, dad, Sirius, Lupin. He deeply longed to be with these people again. After he was able to conjure them, they strengthened and comforted him. They were a part of Harry, and yet they were still able to act like Patronuses against the Dementors. Their presence was his courage and the reason he was able to keep going. The book even mentions how the people back at the castle, which made him fearful of death in the first place, no longer seemed real to him. He was able to see past them. In other words, the round chaos, the snitch, gave Harry the strength to see past his human limitations of fear, pain, and loss, to merge with the spiritual to achieve his potential. He is able to reach Voldemort and do what the divine plan demanded. When the Seeker finds the round chaos, they reach their full potential. The snitch round chaos full potential led Harry through treacherous ground his entire life. It led him through difficulty, forcing him to overcome everything from bludgers to basilisks, but never led him through anything that was beyond Harry's ability to overcome. When he found what's within the round chaos, or snitch, he began to see the world in a different way. He was able to see past his human limitations and look to completing the divine plan. J.K. Rowling probably knew all of this, of course. The symbolic similarities are just too perfect. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the reasons the Harry Potter series is so popular. Psychologists claim that this, and things like it, are deeply rooted in the human mind, and deep down we know that these principles of overcoming adversity to reach our potential are good principles and relevant, and we are therefore generally attracted to them in the stories that are told to us. So what do you think? Do you think Rowling knew what she was doing when she wrote this series? She knew about the round chaos and made it the snitch? Or do you think that it's just pure coincidence? Let me know in the comments section. Also, if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that like button and share the video with your friends. It would really go a long way to helping me out. If you would like to be notified when I come out with new content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you would like to help support the channel so I can have more time to make videos, I'll leave a link to my Patreon page in the description below. And be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Anyway, thanks again for watching.
Goodbye.